Welcome to the CCW Digital Speaker Spotlight Series. I'm your host, Kendra Cooper, editor and writer for CCW Digital. The insurance industry is one of the top 5 to 10 industries to be disrupted in the next 10 years through autonomous vehicles, Internet of Things, and changing consumer demands. IAG is the largest general insurer in Australia and New Zealand, and the company has ambitious plans to lead the digital transformation of the insurance industry by becoming what they call the Amazon of insurance. They plan to do this by going from selling insurance products to becoming a marketplace for insurance and safety. I'm here today with Brett Burgess. He's a digital tech executive at IAG, and he's going to talk us through the process that IAG has been going through for the past 3 years to achieve this ambition. So Brett, you mentioned that right now your company's in the midst of a digital transformation, and the hoped-for outcome of this is to turn IAG into what you call the Amazon of insurance. Can you explain what that means, why this industry needs disrupting, and what that disruption looks like, really?
Sure. So when we talk about becoming the Amazon of insurance, there's really two parts to it. So firstly, there's the experience. So the expectation of our customers for those highly personalised and frictionless experiences is set by the Amazons, the Facebook, Googles, Apples of the world. And so we know we need to deliver those types of experiences that our customers have come to expect if we're to become a digital insurer. And then the other part of that transformation and becoming the Amazon of insurance is as we build out the capability that delivers those types of experiences. Much like Amazon, they started out selling books, but selling books wasn't the experience. They were building a platform which enabled them to be able to sell other products and services, other Amazon products, and then eventually anybody's products. And so, again, much like Amazon, as we build out this platform which delivers those highly personalised and frictionless experiences, it's going to enable us to start selling products and services related to insurance or outside of insurance. We know insurance is in one of the top 5 to 10 industries to be disrupted in the next 10 years through autonomous vehicles, Internet of Things, safer homes. So we know we need to start looking beyond insurance. And again, becoming a digital insurer, the Amazon of insurance, we believe that's going to enable us to do that.
Okay, and you also mentioned that you have new products in the pipeline that are tangentially related to insurance, but not quite insurance. Can you talk me through what some of those things are? Yeah,
sure. So we talk about ecosystems, and so we want to be the ecosystem driver for safety. And so there are a number of ecosystem drivers that you'd be familiar with. So there's ecosystem drivers for retail, for transportation, for accommodation. And so Amazon's the ecosystem driver for retail. They sell many products and services. The more products and services, the more consumers. Uber is the ecosystem driver for transportation, connecting drivers with passengers. Airbnb, again, another example, the ecosystem driver for accommodation, connecting homeowners with holiday makers. And so we think we can become that ecosystem driver for safety. So not selling just insurance products to our customers, but say, as an example, alongside a home insurance policy, we might sell or lease to you a home maintenance service. Alongside our motor insurance product, we might sell or lease to you a third-party product which is around safety, so helping you get from point A to point B safely. We might sell you or lease to you a roadside service assistant product. In the business space, we might, alongside business insurance, provide you cybersecurity as a service. So they're examples across home and motor or transportation and small to medium enterprises where we're starting to look at other products related to insurance, but not traditional insurance products.
So it really sounds like what you're talking about is sort of an omnichannel customer strategy where things are not only digitally enabled, but all the other needs are met as well.
That's right. And it really is understanding the needs of our customers. So in my presentation, I talk about we need to understand our customers better than anybody else. So understanding their networks and their relationships, their behaviour and intent helps us understand what are the products and services that we need to deliver that meet their needs. Yeah.
And when you were deciding on this new suite of products, how did you intuit what customers needed, what those experience gaps were?
Well, I just think this is when we talk about making decisions, it's something that evolves continuously over time. So when we started out on this transformation three or so years ago, we didn't make decisions then that were permanent. We're continuously looking at the right technology, the right platforms to meet those outcomes. So we didn't take it from a technologies perspective. Often transformations look at what's the technology we need.
Yeah.
We've taken it from what's the outcome that we need to achieve.
Okay.
So we had two core themes in our strategy. One was around simplification, so simplifying all of our core systems and processes.
Internal and external, I'm guessing.
Primarily internally.
Okay.
And making those platforms available through APIs so that we can deliver the most personalised, the most frictionless customer and employee experiences. And so that has meant that as we've gone through this transformation, at different points of time, we've had to make choices around technology. So we started out with this omnichannel approach. Throughout that transformation, we then realised that our marketing automation stack wasn't fit for purpose. It was very much a batch and blast type marketing platform, whereas we want to get down to a much more one-to-one personalised marketing communication messages. So we are always looking at technology, but really on the lens of how do we actually deliver on the outcomes the organisation is trying to achieve, rather than internally, what do we need to achieve from a technology perspective.
Yeah. And I understand that IAG is composed of, well, it's a parent company for a number of household name brands for insurance. And I wonder if with this omni-channel strategy that you're discussing, if it would involve those brands somehow working in tandem.
Yeah, absolutely. So again, when we started, I'll talk about the context of our organisation, Australia and New Zealand's largest general insurer. And we've grown through acquisition over 130 odd years. We're the oldest general insurer as well. And that's created a whole lot of complexity. So a multitude of different policy platforms, claims platforms. And so when we look at our brands, most of those brands acquired through acquisition had their own technology stacks, their own people, their own process. So part of our simplification initiative is to move to single platforms and processes for our core processes. So a single platform for policy, a single platform for claims, and to your point, a single platform for engagement management, regardless of the brand and regardless of the type of insurance. Once we have a single engagement management platform, which is able to support the sales and service and lodging of claims across consumer and business products, regardless of the brands, we then have a much larger contact centre pool of staff to be able to manage and optimise more effectively.
And also data is shared between all the different brands and managed in one place.
Absolutely. And then that driving, being able to then deliver a single view of the customer, again, to better understand their behaviour and their intent, their networks and their relationships, is a key part of that simplification. There's been a huge push to simplify our data posture, understand the customers better, and then, of course, simplify our core platforms and systems.
And I believe this all started in 2015 when IAG underwent like a major shakeup of its organizational structure, its leadership team. What did that look like and what was the outcome? And it sounds like it's still an ongoing process.
Yeah, so it at that time, from a distribution insurance perspective, brought together the consumer and the business distribution together as one business unit. It also created our focus on both our customer and digital. So it created a lab, if you like. So it brought all of technology together, brought all of the customer, marketing and data and analytics together. So you've got now a single entity within the organisation which effectively owns the customer experience. We do like to say no one owns the customer across the organisation. We all own the customer. But the main part of the organisation that has the tools and the technologies, the ways of working around building that customer-centric experience, now all sits together as one part of the organisation.
Let's say how you file a claim or how you browse different policies. Has there been any user experience design to the core product?
Yeah, that's a great question, because often the core systems transformation, which we're not responsible for, there's a separate part of the organisation which runs core technology. They are often undertaken from an internal focus. So what are the internal processes and systems that we need to run our business, as opposed to taking a customer lens? And what we've found, and the organisation has found, that through simplification of some of those core platforms, when they took an internal focus first, there's been a lot of rework required in order to deliver the type of customer experience and customer outcomes. And so as we look to simplify our policy platforms, which is the next core systems transformation, they've changed the narrative and the principles to be customer first as opposed to internal process first. And so my view is, if you don't take a customer lens or a customer first approach to your core systems transformation, then you have the time and money to do it twice, because you're going to have to redo that transformation, and you're going to have to change core systems, processes and APIs in order to deliver the type of customer experiences.
Yeah. And then, another trend in the insurtech industry is a lot of insurers have been experimenting with entirely new business models in pursuit of customer centricity. So pay as you live, pay per mile for car insurance specifically. Yes. Has IAG done anything of the sort?
Yeah, so we have two parts of the organisation that look at the future state of insurance. So we have an innovation team which is really looking at those subscription-based models and other insurance-related products and offerings. We also have a venturing arm, which is working.
Oh, what, sorry?
Venturing. So that's like an investment arm, looking at startups, early stage technology companies to either invest in or potentially acquire. That helps us kind of accelerate moving towards the future state of insurance, which my view is the world is going very much to a subscription-based model. You look at Netflix, that's a great example of an organisation that transformed from shipping DVDs to subscription-based streaming. Adobe Software is another one. Used to sell you a software product and hope that you pay the renewal each year, and now they're a cloud-based subscription model. So there's some really great examples. I don't think we're any different. Yeah.
And then I wonder if, in terms of the digital experience, have there been any recent innovations in self-service, personalization?
From what perspective?
So I guess the user interface. So say the website or the mobile app, or how prospects hear about you in the first place and maybe set up an account.
Yeah, so I think one of the key things we talk about is meeting your customer in their channel of choice. So rather than building an experience that we believe will work with our customers, is we know that the younger generation spend most of their time in WhatsApp and Facebook Messenger and Snapchat. And so integrating into those channels from a service perspective, but then adding machine learning around those virtual agents, both in those channels, supporting our agents and through our digital experience, is probably that next evolution. I think moving on from that, voice is absolutely the next battleground. And so, yes, we've done some hackathons around integrating with Alexa, being able to ask when your insurance is due or lodge a claim just through speaking with an Alexa device. But I think that's where we're starting to see the convergence of big data, the customer experience. It's really outside of the traditional digital experience, is being able to have those natural language conversations. One of the areas that we're looking to experiment with that is in our IVR. And so Our IVR is much like most large enterprise organisations. It's probably decades old. It's complex and hard to understand, the user journey through the IVR. And so Amazon Connect is a great example of innovation in the voice channel. So they've recently made available the IVR that they use internally to support their customers. It's become software defined, so we can leverage our ways of working to then support faster test and learn and changes in the voice channel. And then we can use text to speech and speech to text. So leveraging Amazon's Lex and Poly capabilities to potentially answer a customer's inquiry through a natural language interaction, but you're speaking with a machine rather than an agent. So I think that's where the next level of innovation is going to come in the customer experience.
And that also ties into the technology you're developing for the voice interface as well, right?
Correct. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So better understanding customers' speech analytics is critical to that. Mm-hmm. But then taking those learnings and insights, and it may be that our customers' preference will still be a voice channel, but if we can service that inquiry through an Alexa-style natural language interaction, I think that's the next battleground, and I think that's going to help us go from where we are today, which is about 50% of all interactions occurring through digital. Mm-hmm. So when we started, we had roughly 10%. We're now over 50%. Oh, wow. The remaining 30%, which we believe we need to get to about 80 to become a true digital insurer. Mm-hmm. I believe that remaining 30% will be a combination of web and mobile, other social channels like Facebook and WhatsApp and what have you. But a big piece of that will be a voice interaction, but it will be a digital voice interaction with an Alexa-style type service.
Okay. Yeah. And part of that, I'm guessing, is also right channeling the customer towards, the channel that's best suited to their needs. So I'm mm-hmm. curious, at the moment, what is the most preferred channel or the most used channel, and is that going to change?
So mobile has eclipsed all channels, and it's primarily for payments. Mm-hmm. So we've increased the ease of use. So again, we talk about highly personalised and frictionless. We're a fairly low engagement category in insurance. You might talk to your insurer 2 or 3 times a year, renewing a policy, taking out a new policy, or lodging a claim. Mm-hmm. So when we make payments, most people are on their mobiles these days, and so we've reduced friction. Often we had a lot of calls into the contact centre because customers had forgotten their password, because it is a low engagement. So we created a PIN login, a single use code, so we can send them a use code via text message, and biometric login. And so when you get a notice for a renewal, you can log into the app seamlessly, you can make a payment. So that's absolutely become the highest channel. And the migration, I think we're seeing a year-on-year 20% increase in digital adoption.
Oh, wow.
So it's where naturally, and this is without any dollar incentives, mm-hmm. It's without any major marketing campaigns. We've kept pace with the expectations of our customers, but we know we need to accelerate that if we are to keep pace and become a true digital insurer.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then just one last question. Can you talk me through your role as head of digital technology? What's your day-to-day like?
It's pretty hectic. Day to day, I spend a lot of time in meetings. I kind of feel like I get paid by the word sometimes. So my role, I look after, in Australia, all of the digital technology teams and platforms that either our customers, our contact centre agents, our partners or our brokers use mm-hmm. To sell and service insurance products, regardless of the brand. So that's our web, mobile, APIs, our cloud and continuous delivery services, personalisation and marketing technology, and what we call our customer engagement and partner engagement platform. So they're our CRM engagement management platforms.
Mm-hmm. And just out of curiosity, has this changed the sales or customer acquisition process at all?
So we've, over the past 3 years, it has. In recent time, we've been focused on simplification of the claims experience and keeping customers more informed throughout the claims process. Again, we've got to that 50% of all interactions through digital through making our products available online. So 80% of all of our products now are available online to purchase and self-serve and lodge claims against. The focus over the coming years is really a pivot to the new buying experience, to really change and evolve that to, again, a more Amazon-like, highly personalised experience. We know that's the next opportunity for us to not just retain customers, but increase the products per customer and attract new customers.